Good morning, Pioneers. Today is January 23rd. I'm Alex Ramft.
And I'm Justice Cullivan. Welcome to The Grit.
In boys wrestling, they traveled to Maumee Bay for the Clay Invitational Classic. Senior Tyler Della Rocca was able to earn a place on the podium, while sophomore Peyton Ogles and junior Lincoln Gaylor made it to day 2 but were knocked out in the blood rounds. Then, last night, boys wrestling hosted a duel against Upper Arlington. It was a tough matchup with UA taking home the win 32-34. Freshmen Gray Wiedenheimer, Cabin Carter, Tyler Della Rocca, Peyton Ogles, and Hudson Mong all put up points on the board.
Girls wrestling, senior Lexi Riley won the Lady Brave Invitational. Senior Camille Ramey placed 4th, as well as Letitia Almeida. Also, freshman Kayla Shari and freshman Lucy Hall both earned 5th place.
In boys hockey, they started the weekend hockey, fought a hard game for the Pioneer Classic, but fell short. Junior Roman Wagner had 4 goals. Junior Jackson T.G. had 1 goal. Junior Owen Grady also had 1. The next 2 games were losses against Canton Akron and then to Miami. They finished up the weekend with a big overtime win over the Dayton Stealth. 2 goals for senior Ian Leskovich, 1 goal for junior Colin Henry, and 1 goal for senior Nolan Perry. The boys take on Liberty tonight.
In boys basketball, the Nears showed up strong to the challenge against Liberty on Friday, winning 62-40. On Saturday, the boys battled hard but fell short to Princeton. Senior Trayton Schrader had 15 points and was 4 for 4 in threes in the first quarter. Then the boys got a big win against Berlin with junior Brian Kell and junior Grant Miller both had 12 points. They play Hilliard-Davidson next.
For girls basketball, Friday night they fell short to Liberty 22-40, with sophomore Liv Loftus being the leading scorer for the Nears. Then Monday night, the girls had a close game against Springfield but lost 34-49. They also play Davidson next.
Swim and Dive traveled to Canton for the Northeast Classic last weekend, with Nola Cameron setting 2 PRs and Mia Baccio placing 2nd in freestyle and 5th in the 100 free, adding major points for the team.
Now, let's throw it over to Graham with an interview with Josh Lambert.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with Josh. Thanks for coming on today.
I appreciate it.
So, do you have any weird superstitions or pregame rituals that you have to?
It's more of a team thing, but we like to play footy before the game. We just kick around the ball and maybe throw the football from here and there.
Okay. When the game starts getting really physical and like chippy, how do you keep your head in the game?
I try to stay out of the stuff. Battles in front. I usually step away and then try to dominate them on the physical side during play when we need it most.
A little bit of a fun one here. If you had a breakaway to win the game right now, what is your go-to move?
It's called the Kucherov. It's where you fake 5-hole, then fake that you're going to deke it left, and then have it slide through the 5-hole. It makes the goalie look a little stupid.
Where do you feel you guys have excelled, and where is there still some room to improve?
I'd say more on the defensive side we need to improve on, especially our power play. It's been a little shaky here and there, but definitely something we excel in is our offensive pressure. We do really good in that, especially generating some good goals through there.
All right. Thank you, Josh, for coming on. Good luck to you guys for the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Now let's throw it over back to the boys.
And now it's the time you guys have all been waiting for, the Pick'ems. Boy, it's been a while since me and Alex have been doing this, so we're back at it and we're ready to go. First, we got the ASC Championship, 3 p.m. tomorrow. The Broncos and Stidham going against Drake May and the Patriots. You might be like, Stidham, who's that? That's the backup quarterback for the Broncos. As we know, Bo Nix broke his ankle against the Bills pretty much on like the second to last play of the game. It's pretty brutal of a loss of players. After that really tough, controversial game against the Bills, it kind of feels a little bit disheartening that all that might be for nothing with a backup coming in. But honestly, with how bad the Patriots' O-line has played against the D-lines, Drake May has been sacked 10 times in 2 games. He has fumbled the ball 4 times. He has not looked his best, the MVP May that we saw in the regular season. I'm actually going to take the Broncos. I think the defense will be able to smother him enough, and I think Jordan Stidham will be enough with that elite offense, especially J.K. Dobbins coming back, Cortland Sutton's healthy. I think they're going to do just barely enough to edge out the Patriots.
Yeah, there's a lot of good storylines here. Obviously, the Broncos with a full circle moment with Stidham replacing Bo Nix after in 2019 at Auburn, Stidham getting hurt and Bo Nixon coming into play his freshman year and getting to see the reverse of that in the AFC Championship. I just don't think Jarrett Stidham is a good enough quarterback to beat this Patriots team. I just don't think the Broncos are going to put up enough points. I do think it's low scoring, but I see the Patriots winning by multiple scores here.
Then we got the NFC Championship over here, the Seattle Seahawks taking on the LA Rams, a division rivalry for this entire season. All the games have been extremely close. If you look at I believe it's the last 10 meetings or something like that, there's like a 1 yard, 1 point, 1 win advantage in every respect for the Seahawks, just barely. And I think it's going to be the same thing here. That defense with Mike McDonald that he's created, Clint Kubiak has looked phenomenal on the offensive side of the ball. Even Sam Darnold hurt. They barely threw the ball. JSN was basically non-existent in that game. Okay, Kenneth Walker's going to have 150 yards and 3 touchdowns. So, I don't see a way that Rams defense can compete with that Seahawks defense, and I have a hard time believing that the Rams defense, which has not looked good this postseason for the most part, they played good against the Bears, but I think that was mostly just due to climate. Caleb Williams making some really bad throws and then some really good throws, obviously, too. But a lot of interceptions, and they feed off of turnovers, but the Seahawks are not going to be throwing the ball if they don't have to, and I think that they're going to edge out the win here.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you here. This Seahawks team has looked phenomenal. Both of these teams have looked phenomenal the whole year. Obviously, a little bit more on the line to play for with it being a division matchup. But I think the Seahawks, with the environment of the 12th man too as well, that JSN and this entire team is just going to be able to edge out the Rams, and I think they take the win.
Then we got the big basketball matchup tonight at 8 p.m., Michigan versus Ohio State. This has been a game in basketball especially that Michigan has dominated the last 2 years. Ohio State's really struggled. Not struggled in the fact of keeping it close. They keep it close. They just rip your heart out at the end of the game every time. I think that's just Ohio State's MO. They just tend to do that to you. And, I think Michigan, clearly the number 2 team in the nation, might be the number 1 team. They don't slip up against Wisconsin. But other than that, they've been just completely dominant. Defense and offense, number 1 scoring offense. They don't. All their guys can score 20 points when they need them to. When you look at it, it's hard to not pick Michigan. But Ohio State, Bruce Thornton, I'm predicting a 40-point game tonight from Bruce Thornton. He is going to be hitting it from 3. This is his last chance to beat Michigan on the road, which he has not done in his career. I think Ohio State is going to upset Michigan and shock the college football or college basketball world. And I'm excited for it. It's going to be a great game, though.
And this is going to be a lot closer than it should be, I feel. Ohio State, obviously, well known for playing to their competition. They're going to lose to bad teams, and they're going to play real tight with good teams. This is going to be a really close game in Ann Arbor in a great environment. But I do end up thinking that this Michigan team is just too good. And Ohio State basketball, obviously some struggles recently, winning the big games that they need to. I just don't think that they're going to be able to execute the way they want to, and I think Michigan's defense shuts them down and wins this game.
Then we got another basketball rivalry, Illinois versus Purdue. This is the off-brand matchup of Indiana versus Purdue, but we'll take it. Illinois has been very good the last couple of years, and Purdue has been even better. I mean, they went to the Elite Eight last year, and the year before that they were in the finals. They're led by Braden Smith, who's one of the best passing, if not the best passing point guard in college basketball. And I think they're going to get the win. I like Matt Painter. I know a lot of people are kind of against him and don't trust in him. I do. I wish he was our coach, but we are stuck with Jake Diebler, unfortunately. And why would you go from Purdue to Ohio State? But anyway, I'm taking Purdue here.
Yeah, this game's at Purdue, a really good basketball environment because they've obviously been a really good basketball school for a lot of years. I think Braden Smith takes over this game, and it's not close.
Then we got another basketball game, but this time it's going to be down at the high school level. We got your very own Olin St. George Pioneers, state champs, taking on Hilliard-Davidson, and just taking a look at the records, it's not close. Pioneers have a lot of their losses, I think, came from a lot of their guys coming back from playing football and kind of being a little rusty, not being able to train like a lot of these other guys have. And they've had a tough schedule. They have a state champion schedule, one of the toughest ones in Ohio. So it's going to be tough, essentially like a game like Princeton, who's a great team. I'm going to take the Pioneers here. There's no reason they should lose this one. I have good faith that they'll be able to get a win here.
Yeah, and this Pioneers team has had a really solid reload, obviously losing 4 starters, being able to move Trayton to the 2 to get X into that point guard slot, playing lots of defense. He's a great passer, and he can still hit from 3 when he needs to. This game's not really going to be close. I think the Pioneers shut them down.
Then we got our first NHL game of the Pick'ems. We got the Tampa Bay Lightning taking on the Columbus Blue Jackets. Jackets had their first shutout of the season. It was beautiful to watch. 1-0 against the Stars, which is a great team on the same level as the Lightning, I would say, most of the time. They have been on a bit of a skid right now. This Lightning team is very reliant on just scoring a lot of points. That's just what they do. Nikita Kucherov is one of the best handlers of the puck, if not the best handler of the puck in the NHL. He's going to be hard to shut down, but I do think Blue Jackets, they've been hot. They're riding the hot hand. Goalies have been playing phenomenal. Jet will most likely, hopefully, play tonight, especially with Elvis's debacle being sick a couple days ago. I have a feeling the Jackets upset them. They already beat them once this year, and I think they're going to do it again here.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you, too. I think the Jackets can get it done at home. Obviously, the goaltending for the Jackets has been a lot better this year than we've seen the past few years, with Elvis playing a little better above his usual level when he's playing as a backup. But out with illness, it should be Jet starting the game. And I do think the Jackets take this. I think it's going to be a close one. I could see it going after regulation, even to a shootout. But I do think that the Jackets end up overpowering this Tampa team. That's all for this week. Thanks for tuning into this edition of The Grit. I'm Alex Ramft.
And I'm Joseph Colvin. Make sure to support your Nears in action this week, and we'll see you next Friday right here on The Grit. And as always, roll Nears.